Hi, my name is Sandy, and this is Dawn.
Hi.
And we're going to be talking about attempted abductions and other evil philosophies. Dawn, you want to tell your story that happened in your home?
Well, it actually started happening about 20 years ago. My daughter was about 2 years old. And I didn't realize it when it first started what was happening, but I woke up one morning in June, and my bedroom is situated in the northwest corner of my home. And I have a large window to the north, on the north side. And I woke up and I had a sunburn on the left half of my face, right down the middle. And of course, I went to work and we tried to figure out if I was allergic to something that had caused this. So, of course, we came up with a lot of realistic possibilities as to how that occurred. Well, it was a couple of weeks later, again, I woke up, and this time my entire face and my arms were sunburned. Looked like a severe burn had occurred. Again, came up with, I got into some type of a pesticide or herbicide. It was in the summer. Who knows what could have happened? Well, about a month later, the end of August, I put my children down. My son was about 6 months old and my daughter a little over 2 years. And I went and laid down and fell asleep. It was probably midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. And I wake up due to a feeling of an evil presence so strong that it just woke me up out of a dead sleep. I couldn't move, and the first thing I did was pray to God. Give me the strength to move. I called God, I called the angels, I asked him to come immediately and help me. Didn't know what it was. All I knew is that it was the most evil presence I've ever experienced in my entire life. At that point, I was able to roll out of bed and walk into my daughter's room. And I saw her bed, and over it, she was almost encased in light, like a benevolent spirit or an angel, whatever, was protecting her. And in the dark, surrounding her bed, were alien beings of different species. There were tall reptile things, there were smaller creatures, and the one closest to me, right down here, I reached down and touched it. And they all looked at me instantly, and then they were gone. And, of course, I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I just kept praying to God and thanking him for saving us from whatever evil there was in this house. The next morning, I called you and had a very difficult time realizing that this was something that I could not protect my family against in a physical way, in this type. The realization that it was beyond my physical. You can't bar the doors and lock the doors. They're going to get in. The only thing that saved me was my relationship with God and believing in him and asking for him to help, and he came. And ever since then, whenever we experience this, we've had shadow people or creatures come into the house, and the first thing you do is pray to God, and you live it, and we believe it every single day. It is with us, with myself and with my children. And they know, don't be afraid. When we see this, if you pray to God, they will leave, and they leave. They try, but they don't get in because we believe in God. And I think that everyone needs to understand that so they can protect themselves. It is extremely scary and terrifying when things like this happen to you. And getting a hold of that, Sandy knows I'm a more practical, logical person. I'm not looking for this kind of thing. And if you're like me and things like that happen, knowing that God is going to be there and help you and protect you is comfort. Knowing that.
Several years ago, I met a lady who was very nice. But you know what she was going to be doing is she's going to be going home and helping all these people who are abductees learn to live with their experience and to think it was okay. What do you think about a person who would do that?
I think that they don't have God in them. They're not living and believing in God. Why would you want to convince someone that having evil take them was okay? She should be teaching them how to say no and to get them out of there, not to accept this as though this is fine.
There's a lot of people out there that want to do that, though. Help these people to accept what's happening to them, that it's okay.
Well,
I just can't imagine they can continue either.
Okay, the one thing that I'm not hearing in all of this from these people in your conferences is, where is God? Why are they not talking about Jesus, walking amongst us and helping us, when we know it's so obvious He's right there? God's there to help us. Mm-hmm. These people should be going back to their communities and talking to them about developing their relationship with God, living it every day, sharing God's love with each and every one of us, and that is what's going to stop their abductions or their contacts or whatever you want to call it. So I would say the next time you talk to this woman, I would definitely ask her, where is God? Where is God in her life, and why isn't she talking to them about preventing it versus accept? There's no acceptance of evil, in how you're except God, except God in your life.
He's the only one who could help.
Okay. Yes.
Another question.
Okay.
You talked about when you said a prayer for your
Yes.
children.
Yes.
Can you tell me what that was like?
Well,
You said you saw the light.
the light around my daughter. Well, I have to say, even now, just talking about it, it takes me right back there, and it makes me cry, because I'm looking at my daughter who is being saved, and all this evil is in her room. Leave. So yes, I prayed to God and asked Him to come and help me and give me the strength and for this evil to leave my home. And it did, and every day we pray and we put the light around each other and out in our home. I don't want evil like that around us or my children or anyone that I care about. And if people are out there that are experiencing what I went through, there is hope. And God is there to help us, and He will come. He will come, and He will help each and every one who asks for it. One who